strike, and yeah, the pedigree and why it plays a role. Like, how did you see it? What leads you to?
Well, for me, I only go by what Patrick had always said. He's always said, mate, you've got to look at the female side, look at the male line, and go back through 3 generations. And no stallion doesn't realise that he's not a Super Group 1 winner or the best horse in the world, but if he's got the genetical crosses that suits the broodmare band that you have yourself and your country, that's half the start, because genetics are very relevant, and it's like cattle. As he said, you breed a good line of cattle, same with your stallions, it's a good start.
Yeah, and that's something you guys always did.
Yep.
It's like dam line's so important,
Yep.
side line, the outcross, the genetical compatibility.
It is, and it's like with move to strike, the Charmadale factor, then what the dam and the next second dam, there's a very good genetic cross, but Charmadale opens up so much of a different bloodlines to be Danehill free, and you can, and let's be honest, Australia's got probably one of the most dominating Danzig Danehill line broodmare bands in the world.
Those Danehill line mares, they're going to suit it. I mean, so the physicality of it, you love those fringing sort of sorts, those noticeable down sorts. Like, what if they're going to make up nicely to him, but genetically it clicks and it comes back to what you're saying.
Yeah. And the other thing, he's got a good physical. So if you've got a good shoulder, good hind quarter, if he can throw that into his stock, that's another big plus, because a lot of sires, you just don't know till they, if he can throw what he is, and a dominating stallion does that. So that's a big plus.
It looks to have that capability, physique, colour, the bit of presence.
And you look at, good stallions, I'm Invincible, look what he stamps. He's a very pretty, strong, correct, good boned.
You can see them, they come out, Yeah,
and people just flock to them because he's you got to give Yarraman their dues. They've marketed him well,
But physically, when he comes to the farm, he turned up. You see him, man. What do you think?
I was fortunate enough to see him in New Zealand, and the first thing I thought was, big black sexy thing. It was just straight away you can see the appeal. That's, although colour doesn't make a racehorse, it's a big help when you're trying to breed mares and mate and match mares to a stallion. Good, strong. He's a 3-year-old that looks like he could be a 4-year-old. He's that mature and strong and just really good-looking style of a horse. And I think you said to me, Marcus, when I got over there, was tell me what you see wrong with him. And I was like, I couldn't tell you a thing.
Yeah. And then I think that's the thing. I laid eyes on him. I know yourself at DC really strongly about girth, shoulder, presence, length through his hocks, eye quarter. It's hard to put a knock on the horse at all.
And for a 3-year-old, and in another 12, 14 months after you boys have done a breeding season with him and he lets down, my God, he's going to end up looking very strong and physical, like I'm Invincible. Because stallions keep developing till, their late 5-year-old. So he's got another 2 years of physical development. And, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, and temperament. Look, I talking to Mark Walker about the horse. He is as mentally sound, prepared, able to cop everything from, no matter he obviously was ball, got all the playing, went home, broke head. Just went all the way through. He's showing that now at the farm. But how important is that in your experience?
Well, temperament's the biggest thing. So at the end of the day with a stallion, if they're highly strung, you've got to change paddocks. You've got to do, if they cope with it mentally, that's a big start. And that's that's one of the attributes of that horse. You saw him at Kianui. The young fella led him every day, walked him, did all the work, and he thrived on it. So. And he got off the plane, went straight to the feed bin at your place, and the rest, it's, the most important thing is temperament and conformation, So.
Yeah. Then physically, you look at him and what style of mare are you mating? Sorry.
you can the spectrum of mares is fantastic. Like, you can send a smaller, you can send a maiden mare to him with confidence, going, there's a good chance you're going to get it. He's got the substance, even though, even as a 3-year-old, you think, we've got a couple of nice maiden mares off the track that we're thinking, well, they're shoe-ins to go to him. Like, they just make perfect sense, both from a mating point of view and genetics, but also the physical, like you said, that he's just that good-looking, strong black horse that he's just going to put. If they look half as good as him, we'll be off to a great start.
Yeah, and what do you think he needs? Like, but you're looking at physically, he's obviously got some really dominant attributes. The breeders are looking at what?
Well, I sort of agree. Like, you're always a little bit sceptical to breed maiden mares to new horses, but with his size and scope, you could do it. Where when you're looking and inspecting stallions, you might think, I might sit back and wait a year, see what he throws. But he's got enough length and rein, good shoulder, and you can mate a short coupled mare or a medium range mare. And you just look at the nicks, and so a Schnitzel, the Dane Hall line would suit him, but also you can make Invincible Spirit has done very well in Europe with European blood, and even American mares who are short coupled with a great muscle twitch, whatever they try to say that they've got, the American mares, you could cross well with him too. So, and with Charmadale, it would just give you that you're going to get a bit of quality and a bit of length. And whatever you want to say about Charmadale, he did that. He might have had the plainest head in the world, but he could really leave a horse with length and style.
Well, that's, I think that's probably the good thing. Like, he doesn't have the typical Charmadale head. Like, he's actually got a good looking head, but he's got a lot of those extra attributes that Charmadale, tends to throw in, that bit of length and scope, and like you said, that length of rein. Like, it was one of the first things I saw was big arse, good length of rein, great shoulder. Like, and as I said, you told me find what's wrong with him, and I couldn't find a thing.
So important that you're not convict in the sales ring with all of those people, because DT's a racer. He loves running reds, places with good trainers, which is so important. And a lot of the other shareholders involved, they're racing people. They're involved in the journey, and so breed a couple of really nice mares to go to the size that do a few, get them on the track with trainers. So the outbreed you sell, you make it up, because you're not 100 in a ring, you're probably 140 because it's our circuit.
Which is so important today, because as you well know, the yearling market is getting so selective, and you're going to give your breeders a return, and if they place them right, and you also know that David Ellis is going to support him. He's done it with Cool as a Beal, Nevere, Sword Estate. He's got a track history of buying and supporting them, and you got Mark Walker and Sam Burgesson and that to train them and really give the horse a start, and DT as well. I mean, he's got a good roll up to have a good crack.
It's a good teamwork and like sense of partnership about it. But I love that you said Sword Estate, because if we talk about that Kiwi form or horse that's not overly familiar to Australians, I mean, for any Aussie breeder out there, look at his averages this year. Bored by the best trainers for big kangaroo, consistent there, and everything you hear about it. Great temperament, great constitution, a real ability to get Anna going. It actually increased his fee 4th season. Without a running track, and that's off the confidence of what a good Kiwi horse and racehorse of Sanders left. So, we're delighted to have him and can't wait to get involved. Appreciate your support, and Te Akau. No profit, cheers.